a dozen women who have been seeking shelter at the Salvation Army facility in eastern Polk County will have to find someplace else to stay.
After nearly 40 years, the shelter is closing its doors. 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Lasser explains what's behind this difficult decision and the predicament that some are now facing.
Well, the Salvation Army tells us that all 11 women currently seeking shelter here at their facility in Winter Haven will have to leave by February 12th. The organization says sadly they just can't keep running it as expenses have soared and donations just aren't keeping pace.
It's been hard.
Angela Gay has been living at the Salvation Army Women's Shelter in Winter Haven for about 4 months now, but just got word that by February 12th, she and 10 other women staying here will have to leave.
I kind of had nowhere else to go except for back to my old life, which was back to a drug dealer's house.
The Salvation Army says it was a painfully difficult decision, but that the homeless shelter that they've operated in Winter Haven since 1982 has been in the red for several years now and can no longer be sustained financially. $125,000 in debt, much of it due to inflation.
All of the employees, all of the staff, but also the food costs, the utilities, cleaning supplies, everything that we do provide for them.
For more than 40 years, the shelter has provided a safe space, food, and comfort to women with no other place to go. Room for 24, they average around 15 at a time. Currently, 11 women are staying here, including Angela, who's now scared.
Because when you're trying to turn your life around and you're trying not to go back to that same life, and there's no resources and there's no help and things are shutting down, you have nowhere to turn.
The Salvation Army does operate another shelter on the west side of Polk County in Lakeland. They're working with them and other organizations to try to place the women, but Angela, who only has a bicycle for transportation, says that simply won't work for her.
So if they was to say, hey, there's a bed open in Lakeland, I wouldn't go.
The Salvation Army has not ruled out the possibility that the shelter might one day reopen, but they say that would take a dedicated revenue stream and a commitment from the local community. In the meantime, they will continue to provide counseling, meals, and links to social services in the community. In Winter Haven, Eric Lasser, 10 Tampa Bay.
The Salvation Army in Winter Haven says it's also working with the Homeless Coalition and the United Way to see what other resources are available locally.